There's 140 of us in our fire department. There's 2 of us that are Jewish. I think I'm the only one that was actually bar mitzvahed, so I'm actually kind of a rare breed in this organization. That evening, the wind really started picking up. You just kind of get the sense that it was going to be a weird night. Just with my experience in the fire service and having wind events in the past, you had that feeling that something just wasn't quite right. Sure enough, that night around 10:30, 10:45, both my phones had gone off.
Family copies in Lawndale and Bennett Valley.
I've seen big fires. I've seen communities destroyed. I've never seen this volume of fire moving in this many directions and destroying neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood and just absolutely wiping out entire communities.
This is Fountain Grove Village. Our little community back here, we're single family homes, 1,875 square feet. I lived here with my wife and my 3-year-old daughter. This was our first home. We bought this right after we got married. Find something. Nothing. Gosh. So ironically, the only thing that actually survived that's recognizable is the fire pit.
For me, it was 40 years in this home, raised 3 children, and how do you start over? My husband passed away 3 years ago. So my husband was raised Orthodox. We had, I think, 3 beautiful menorahs. One in particular that we shopped for many years ago and just wanted to find the right one. Things just melted. Things that you thought would make it okay just melted. The devastation is just something that you can't even comprehend, and starting to itemize all of the things you lost is pain on top of pain.
There was a day about a week after the fire, we were gonna drop off Vivian, our daughter, at Bethany Preschool. And that day, JFCS was going to be at the school just to provide services or help or talk or whatever. And I was such in the family mode that I was going to rush off to do something else. But the JFCS staff, they actually said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "Well, we're doing okay. We're getting there." And they interrupted me and said, "No, how are you doing? Do you have what you need?" Because they knew that I was in survival mode, and I'm providing for my family. You're just trudging on to get everything so your family will survive. And I left there pretty much broke down because I had a car full of stuff, but I had 2 pairs of pants and 3 shirts for myself, and that's it. I was impressed that JFCS actually invited me to their office to sit down with one of their therapists and go through things, figure out what I needed. This is fantastic.
That's why we're here, so.
And you know, asking for help too is. Sorry.
I know it's hard. You never thought you'd be in that
Really
place.
tough.
Yeah, you never thought you'd be in that place.
But I hate to say you guys make it easy, but you make it less
Good.
dramatic, which is nice.
Good.
Immediately after the fires, I called my family. The Jewish side of the family said, "You need to go to Jewish Family Services and get some help." And I said, "But I'm not officially a member of the club. I'm not sure that I can do that." And they said, "Married to a Jew for 40 years, yes, you can. Go." So I did go in and told them my story. I'll be in Santa Rosa doing something, then I'll head home. I forget my home is not where used to be.
Oh my God.
It doesn't matter whether you're Jewish or what you are, they're there to help.
You know, they were experienced in all kinds of disaster, and it was just like a big giant hug to go into their office and just break down and feel that you were walking out doing the right thing for your family, and there was somebody there that could provide you with resources if you ever did have any questions or you needed anything. There was somebody there in your corner.
You come find us when you need us, okay? Oh.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
My name is Yotam, and I'm the co-CEO of IsraAid. We work in disasters around the world. So IsraAid is an Israeli organization, and we've been working here very intensively since a day after the fire broke. From the very first moment, we worked very closely with Jewish Family and Children's Services. It was actually quite incredible because IsraAid and JFCS were the two first organizations to show up here when this place was still used as an evacuation center. And together with the local rabbis and with other partners, we provided this children camp, which was a very practical solution for children who couldn't go to schools. The schools were closed. And the goal of this camp was to provide an education program for the children, but also to allow people to release their stress. People didn't know what they should do, where they should go, where they can receive services, and I think it's great to see how JFCS was taking the leadership in really working with the most vulnerable cases.
Every one of us is aware of what happened in October. Every one of us was affected by what happened in October. And even though it's been several months now, we are still being affected by it. One of the things that I was very interested in after the fires was being of service to community members, especially the seniors, because I know that they don't always get a way to express themselves.
Our eyes were burning from the smoke,
Sure.
and we could smell the fire and could see the vineyard across from my apartment was
on fire. You're going through a grief. All of you have lost people in your lives. You can't live this many years and not have lost someone. And it's just like a grief cycle where you've lost someone and you know you're not going to get them back, but you just feel those really sad feelings. That's normal.
Right. The workshop was very helpful because to hear other people's, what they have gone through. And a lot of them have gone through a lot worse than what you have, and I think then you're really thankful for what you have.
It's been a healing experience for them and for me too, as a member of the community.
I'm Carol Spear, and I work for Seniors at Home in Sonoma. At the moment, I care for 3 clients with seniors at home.
Walking for me is no longer an easy item. I have osteoporosis and osteoarthritis. My world is between the walls of this apartment. And Carol comes and puts light into it.
Ah, Boyo, 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 Boyo. You're a lovely puppy. Yeah.
I woke up about 2:30 in the morning, and the smell of the smoke was coming in. And then that's when the neighbor said, "I think you'd better leave." So I grabbed the dog and left. And that was it.
Fire was raging all over the neighborhood, and I wasn't even aware until Carol turned up 1 hour after she lost everything.
And he was sitting with no electricity. So everybody had been evacuated except for Peter. The landlord had missed him, and he can't drive.
The first thing that was on her mind is not her plight, but it was to make sure that I was all right. I am very grateful for somebody to be thinking of me.
JFCS has supported me. They've been there for me. I'm proud of the organization and how they're helping others.
Almost 2 months ago now, almost all of the buildings at Camp Newman were burned down. And today we are gathered here at JFCS to give support and resources to many of our team members who worked at the site who, unfortunately because of the fire, no longer have employment.
Many of them have been with us for 10 to 20 years. They had stable, meaningful work. They were raising their children and their families through that work and through that community, and now that is all gone.
Compañeros, no, que ya éramos una familia tanto años que habíamos compartido juntos ahí y da mucho sentimiento la de lo que pasó, pero me dio mucho gusto de volverlos a ver a todos.
Those are for you?
Son cartas de...
JFCS is providing vital support and resources around housing, around employment, around financial support, around emotional support. And the partnership between URJ, Camp Newman, and JFCS has been there from the beginning. Over the years, JFCS has supported us in sending hundreds of children to camp by providing a variety of support, specifically around special needs and financial aid. And here we are today, following the devastation of these fires. JFCS once again is there to partner with us for the future.
¿Cuántos van a estar buscando trabajo? ¿Todos? Okay. Entonces vamos a estar muy ocupados.
Sí.
Y es lo bueno, porque queremos ayudarles. Es algo que les quiero decir varias veces, que vengan los vecinos.
Yo fui afectado perdiendo la casa. Mi familia fue afectada muy gravemente, pero estamos de pie, creo que vamos a salir adelante. No pertenecemos a la comunidad judía, pero nos sentimos parte de ella por toda esa ayuda que sentimos que está detrás de nosotros. Gracias, JFC.
All the homes that were affected. The fire wasn't like what we typically see, where it's just one head moving in. There was fingers of this thing everywhere. I remember standing at the command post and then started hearing different radio traffic, street names called out, kind of the general vicinity of where I live. And it was about that point I realized, oh man. This was like our family room, movie room. The bedrooms were off that way. Kitchen was over there, dining room there, and then family room that way. I would never expected that I'd be directly involved in the largest fire disaster in California's history. I'm currently serving as the debris task force leader for the city of Santa Rosa. So the decisions I'm making that are helping our community recover aren't just being made by somebody who didn't experience it. I did experience it. I'm making decisions on a daily basis that are moving our community in the right direction. Our fire department always said that we were never going to be in it just to put the fire out and walk away. We were going to be in it for the long haul, much like JFCS has been and continues to be. It's an organization that's in it for all the right reasons. They were there from day one and have continued to be there. They've done a tremendous job supporting individual families. They also look at the overall needs of the community. JFCS has been able to host multiple workshops and pack rooms full of hundreds and hundreds of policyholders to help them navigate the policy that they never wanted to use, but they need to understand how to use. Lives have been turned upside down. People have lost everything. JFCS is there to help pick up the pieces. It's that kind of support that enables us as victims the opportunity to move forward with the recovery process and rebuild our lives.
One of the things we wanted to help do special replacement for you of a few things that you lost in the fire.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
Sweet. So, this is beautiful. And it looks very much like my favorite piece that I lost in the fire. That's really amazing. Somebody was listening to me, and I very much appreciate that.
So here we are at our new place. We've moved 4 or 5 times since the fire, and it's just the perfect house for us. It's a brand new start, isn't it? Huh? The Jewish community has shown us a big lesson in just basic human kindness. It's okay. These are happy.
He liked that.
The thing I'm concerned about now is just giving back. We're just extremely happy to be here.
Aren't we? Huh? You say yes?
Yes.